Hey friends, welcome back to This Homeschooling Naturopath. If you're new here, my name's Hannah and I am a homeschooling mom of 3 girls who are 11, 9, and 7, and I'm also a fully qualified naturopath living in New Zealand. On this channel, I like to share content related to homeschooling, homemaking, motherhood, as well as some naturopathic info throughout some of my content here. Today's video, I have got another grocery haul for you guys. This is a typical look at what I buy for my family of 5. Again, we live in New Zealand. So yeah, if you're interested to see this week's grocery haul, keep watching. All right, here it is, grocery haul for this week. Pretty similar to my last grocery haul, if you guys caught that. Yeah, typically we buy the same stuff most weeks, so it's not gonna differ too much to what I have shown here before. So this week's total also came to $450, just like it did in my last grocery haul, which I actually filmed about a month ago now. So $450, it seems to be the price that it cost for my family of 5 to eat every week. Yeah, and Google tells me that that is about $256 US. If you're watching this from the United States, there's a little bit of reference. And I don't know if that sounds like a lot to you or not. I don't know about prices anywhere else, but $450 for a normal average Kiwi family, so much money, and is like way more than any family wants to be spending a week. But you know, here we are again. Like I said in my last grocery haul, this is what it is. And you know, you gotta eat. So I'll just start over here and make my way around, I guess. So I usually do my shopping. I order my groceries online and I pick them up on a Sunday morning usually. However, this week is Saturday today. We were all out of milk. And so I knew I needed to go pick some milk up. So I knew I had to go to the store anyway. And I was like, well, I'll just order the groceries for today. And so that's what happened. But what also happened, because it's Saturday, I was like, oh, well, it's movie night tonight, so we can get a few snacks. So these are things we do not usually buy. So this is what happens when I go into the store on a Saturday, apparently. I got some of the new Cadbury Caramilk double stuffed Oreos. They were like $1.25 each. Got them to try for the kids and I. And then we got 2 bags of chips, as well as the reduced cream to make onion dip with tonight for movie night. So these are some pretty special snacks. And a reason why I try not to go into the store on a Saturday, I guess. We always get corn chips. It's pretty standard to have corn chips. We eat these alongside of any Mexican food that we have, so that's a pretty standard occurrence in our house. Pasta shells for a pesto pasta I'm making this week. I needed some more dry active yeast. I use a lot of sourdough. I bake mainly with sourdough, but I do like to keep yeast on hand in case my sourdough is having a problem, which it was at the start of this week. My sourdough was having some issues, so I was having to use yeast stuff. It's fine now, but I do like to make sure I have yeast just in case. 4 cans of tomatoes. I like to have extra tomatoes in the house, but also tomorrow night for Sunday night dinner, I'm making a homemade lasagna, so I'll use those then. Another bottle of syrup. I use syrup a lot for, again, my sourdough creations and any baking that I'm doing. Just like buns, sourdough sandwich bread, stuff like that requires syrup, so I go through quite a lot of that, as well as like for breakfast and stuff. I got 2 bags of muesli. We call this muesli here. You may call it granola. This is the one I really like that I've been snacking on. This is kind of my go-to evening snack at the moment. I really like this variety. And then one of my daughters really loves this granola here. You can't really see it that well. Anyway, that's her favorite. Saturday mornings are make your own breakfast morning in our house, and she finished off the last of that bag this morning, so I told her I'd get her a new one. All right, we've got 2 cans of black beans. I use black beans a lot, again, for Mexican food, quesadillas, whatever we need beans for, and I like to just make sure we have quite a few in the cupboard at all times, so I got 2 more of them. I got some black peppercorns. My pepper grinder was just about all out, so I needed some more pepper. Another 5 kg of flour. Again, I go through a lot of flour. I make a lot of sourdough. I make all of our bread and everything like that from scratch, so we go through a lot of flour. I already have another 5 kg bag that I haven't opened yet, so I seem to be going through a week. I must go through anywhere, probably about 8 kgs of flour a week, I think, at this point. So I need about 10 kilos of flour to make sure I never run out. So yeah, it's a lot. But again, I do all of our baking. I make all of our bread and all of that, everything from scratch. So it's all right. It's okay. And that flour, again, that's $8.50 at my local supermarket. So that is like way cheaper than any organic flour or spray-free flour or anything like that that I can pick up elsewhere. This is just the cheapest one, and because I use so much of it, I just can't justify spending any more on flour than I have to. All right, moving on to the fruit and veggie side of the table here. At the back, I've got 2 bunches of bananas, a head of lettuce. Which way am I gonna go? Let's go this way. I've got a kg of tomatoes. This is just for salads, burger night, BLTs, stuff like that. I like to get the big tomatoes for that. And then I also got 3 punnets, I think you call these. 3 punnets of these little baby tomatoes. And these are usually just for snacks throughout the week, or like veggie platters that I make for the kids. I got another kg of plums and a kg of yellow nectarines for the week, again for snacking. A kilo of onions, just plain white, yellow onions, whatever you call them. Some mushrooms for a mushroom chicken one night this week. Oh, I think I skipped this. I've got a bag of avocados down here. This is the Odd Bunch avocados. Yeah, same as last time. They're all super hard and small, but I don't mind. They're gonna ripen up and we'll be able to eat them at some point this week. 2 heads, do you call these heads? 2 heads of broccoli. Yeah, that sounds right. 2 broccolis. And then it was 5 for $5 corn on the cob today. So grabbed 5 of them for barbecue night. Down here, I've got the Odd Bunch, 3 kgs. 3 kilo bag of potatoes for, we're doing potato salad with barbecue this week, and homemade fries for burger night. So that's what those are gonna be for. Green onion, I don't buy this often because I usually cut the bottoms off and put it in a jar and keep it up in my kitchen, and then it just regrows itself. But sometimes I forget to take good care of it and it starts to get really gross. So yeah, so I just the other day threw my last one out, and so I'm going to replenish it. I'm going to replenish my green onion jar. So what I do is I just cut all these tops off and then allow this to regrow, and then I have all the tops for throughout the week, again for Mexican food, potato salad, whatever. 2 punnets of blueberries. These were, I think, $3.50 this week, and I gotta be honest, this might be the last time we buy blueberries for the season, just because they're starting to not look the best and my girls are starting to get slightly sick of them. So this may be the last time you see blueberries in my grocery hauls for a little while. Also, something different is no watermelon this week. My last grocery haul, I think I had like 3 or 4 watermelons because they were super duper cheap. But as of this week, they've now gone up to $10.50. So I was like, oh, you know, that's still a reasonable price, but I think that's it for the watermelons. Anyway, okay, down here, again, the Odd Bunch. These are, we call these courgettes here. I know if you're watching this from the States, you probably call these zucchini. These are courgettes to me. The word zucchini doesn't sound right, unless I'm talking about zucchini bread, which actually I bought these for because I've still got a whole bag in my fridge from this past week, so I'm going to use those ones to make zucchini bread, and these will be for barbecue and for sides and stuff like that. But courgette bread does not sound correct, so It depends on what you're talking about when you're talking about these vegetables. Cucumber is also getting more expensive, so I think we're going to be slowly phasing out our cucumbers now, unfortunately. The ones I usually have been buying this summer, they've been about $1.20 for the past couple of months, but they were $2.20 today. So I went with these ones. They're slightly cheaper. I think these were $1.90 for one cucumber. So yeah, we're gonna slowly start phasing these out. Unfortunately, all of the beautiful summer fruit and veg will be slowly disappearing. We're now in our autumn time. As I'm filming this, March marks the start of autumn for us down here in the Southern Hemisphere. So yeah, slowly all of our fruit and veg is going to change here. I've also got an Odd Bunch bag of capsicum. We call these capsicums here. You may call them bell peppers where you're from. These are capsicums. We've got a big bag of spinach and a big bag of salad medley here for salads as well as smoothies. Okay, moving on over here. Again, I've got 2 boxes of tissues. Apparently we go through a lot of tissues because I know I had 2 boxes in my last grocery haul last month as well. So I guess we go through 2 boxes of tissues in a month. That's news to me, so constantly learning over here. And then also dishwasher tablets I know was in my last haul as well. So I guess, no, I'm not out of my other box yet. I still have probably about 10 tablets left, but that's gonna, you know, I'll need to buy some next week realistically, and this was on special this week for $18. And I know quite a few of you in my comments mentioned that the powder is a lot more cost effective, and I 100% agree with that. I'm sure that is a straight up fact. However, I enjoy the convenience of these dishwasher tablets, just being able to throw them in and not have to think any further about it. I appreciate the convenience of these, so that's why I continue to get them. Okay, I got these super poisonous Strike disinfectant wipes. This is what I like to use to clean the bathrooms. I like to use these when I'm like wiping down the toilet, and I like to hand mop the bathroom with these, as well as like the mirrors and stuff like that. This is what I like to use. Super chemical, probably super bad for you, but here we are. That's what I like to use to clean the bathrooms. And then another pack of toilet paper. Moving on to our little dairy section. Someone in my last grocery haul mentioned that it was slightly more cost effective to get the 2-liter bottles of milk as opposed to the 3. And so that's what I've actually started doing. So thank you to the person who left that comment. I got 4 milks this week because we ran out this week, and I don't like running out of milk because that means I don't have milk in my coffee and I don't appreciate it. So we got 4 of them. I got the double pack of cream cheese for tomorrow night for dessert night. We're making oatmeal cream pies, and you need cream cheese for that, as well as on our breakfast menu we've got sourdough bagels on a Monday, so this is also for those. I got, again, 1 thing of butter. The butter is still so expensive, but here we are. I have actually started buying butter from the warehouse. If you're in New Zealand and your warehouse stocks some grocery items, the butter there is like anywhere from like 50 to 80 cents cheaper than the cheapest butter at the supermarket. So I have been buying it there, but I needed butter to make biscuits and gravy tomorrow morning, and I don't plan on going to the warehouse today to pick butter up. So hence why this is here today. And then I also got another kg of cheese. Okay, and then down here I've got 2 things of pesto. This is for our pesto pasta, which I'm going to be making one day for lunch this week. This is the only kind of pesto that we really like, so I get that to make pesto pasta. I found these in the store when I popped in. I'm gonna butcher this name. Oh, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce what kind of cheese this is, but I googled it and it's similar to mozzarella. So, and it's best before tomorrow. So we're gonna use these for our pizzas tonight. Saturday today, it is pizza night for us. So I got those for pizza night tonight. cottage cheese for myself. I've been craving cottage cheese, so that's mainly for me. I've got buttermilk. This is to make my homemade ranch dressing, which we go through a lot when we're eating a lot of salads. So this is what I use for that. And I got 3 tubs of the vanilla protein yogurt this week. Last week I got the fresh and fruity vanilla yogurt because this was like $9.50 last week, and I was like, no way, I'm not buying yogurt for $9.50 when I can buy the $5.50, which the fresh and fruity was on special for $5.50 last week. So I got 2 of those instead, and we really didn't enjoy them. We've obviously become yogurt snobs, and apparently this is the only type of yogurt that my family and I really like now. So I don't know, I tell you what, there's something about this yogurt that makes all your food taste more delicious. I don't know what it is, but yeah. It's also like super important for me because this has been my craving lately. I've been eating the vanilla protein yogurt with this muesli as my evening snacks. So whereas this past week, even though I was craving something like that, I didn't want to eat it because all we had was that fresh and fruity yogurt. I know it sounds so silly, but apparently this is what makes that muesli so delicious. So I don't know, yeah. Okay, moving on down here to my meat and my one frozen item I've got. Oh, actually no, the chickens are frozen as well. Again, not very much meat this week because our freezer is fully stocked, and I'm slowly trying to empty out the freezer because I want to fill it back up with freezer meals for when our baby is born. Baby is due in May, so I'm like slowly emptying out the freezer of all the meat that we have to refill it with freezer meals. So anyway, yeah, not very much meat this week because we're eating a lot of meat out of the freezer. I got some corn, frozen corn for something, some ham. This is the champagne ham for ham and cheese sourdough rolls for lunch this week. I got some skin on chicken breast because it was cheaper than having the skin removed. That is for something this week. Ground beef, we call this mince here. This is for my homemade lasagna that I'm making for Sunday night dinner tomorrow. A kg of bacon. This is for BLTs, pizza night, and something else, don't remember. And then 2 whole frozen chickens. The frozen chickens were a lot cheaper this week than the fresh, so I just grabbed 2 of them. This is something I really like to have in the freezer at all times, mainly for when we get sick. I just, like, as soon as someone in my house gets sick, I pull out a frozen chicken and make chicken noodle soup. And bone broth as well. I always keep all the chicken bones in my freezer. So yeah, I like to keep these on hand for emergency use. And that is everything, my friends. That's it, $450. I actually, do you know what? I thought I was doing really good because with my actual grocery order, when I put it through this morning, it was only $350. And I was like, oh, this is great. Man, I'm like really doing good this week with groceries. But I knew I had forgotten a couple of things, so I did have to run into the store, and that's where I got like the chips and the cookies and the 2 bags of muesli and what else? I needed, I also grabbed these when I was there, and I knew I needed the dish tab, so I don't know, it ended up, I spent another $100 when I was in there. I'm looking around now and I don't even know how. So yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, we ended up at $450 somehow. Anyways, there we are. Also, something I don't have in today's haul is eggs. I've been buying a few different things from a store called Frozen Direct here in the city we live in. If you're in New Zealand and you have a Frozen Direct anywhere in your city, I highly recommend checking them out and seeing what they have in store, because I've been finding some great deals on a lot of awesome things. I've been going in there about once a fortnight to buy our sour cream, our eggs, our frozen berries, as well as tortillas. So those are like the 4 items I go in there to buy once a fortnight, and it's great. Like, the stuff is such a great price. Yeah, I still have a whole tray of eggs that I went and picked up midway through last week at that Frozen Direct store. So yeah, I didn't need eggs today, but we are still going through a whole lot of eggs. Anyways, there you have it, my friends. That is this week's grocery haul. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you taking your time to come hang out with me and watch this little grocery haul. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!